with Prometheus in art college.
Help me!
He was chained to a rock with an eagle eating his liver.
Please!
Punishment for stealing fire from the gods. Every night, his liver would grow back, and every day the eagle would return to eat it again. That's exactly what the Pandora does.
Where?
I've seen no good come from that thing.
What the hell?
Only sorrow.
Hello?
Conflict.
Kill him.
Suffering.
You're not seriously thinking about pulling that trigger. Just put the gun!
You know what I've come to understand? The memories we dwell on aren't the happy times. We dwell on mistakes and regrets. But why would anyone choose to relive those memories? That kind of repetition, exposing yourself to the same pain over and over and over again. That's only ever going to have one outcome. That's only ever going to drive you insane.
Was it really you who started all this?
Maybe I'm insane. I think I've just lost track of who I am.
Questioning your sense of self, understanding what it is that defines you, it's all part of being human.
And is it human to feel like I don't know what's real anymore?
You know what's real.
I know. I just have to learn to accept it.
You're aware of what happened to the evening of the 19th of June?
The girl was taken.
And where were you that night?
At work.
Do you recognize this man?
Why is this so important to you anyway?
No.
Never seen him?
You're on edge. I can feel it in my bones.
No.
Help me.
You can't seriously think I had anything to do with this.
Just tying up loose ends, Miss Atkins, that's all. Just tying up loose ends.
Okay, good. The unit seems stable with my memories. Let's see how it works with his.
We have no way of knowing where you'll end up.
That's always the risk. Send me in now.
Have you ever had that feeling of losing something deeply, deeply important in your life?
Mom? Is that you? Dad?
And you know that no matter how hard you try, it's gone forever, and you'll never be able to get it back. It's crushing, soul-destroying. It can ruin a man if he's not careful. Cherish what's important. Cherish what's important. Cherish what's important. Cherish what's important.
Search, Mr. Black.
Stop.
But you have to be quiet. What's going on? What did you do, Mr. Black? Right is wrong. Look at me. Sense of this terrible mess. Someone there? Yes. If you leave me here, they'll kill me.
You did everything you could. Do you
If it helps you focus, you may call me.
Preparations for the party! Oh, what? A guest! We're not ready yet, but we will be.
Ready for what?
The party! The party! The party for the puppet man. Why else are you here?
The party, the party, the puppet party, quick party, the party, before the party, the party, who's coming? It doesn't matter. The party.
I need to get out, now! Can you hear me? Get me out!
Where are you, Miss Atkins? I can't locate you.
I need to get out!
Yeah! They're coming! They're coming! They're coming to me party! The puppet man!
I've heard it said I'm obsessive.
You are.
Is that a good thing?
You get the best. You get this corner gun. No questions asked.
Of course.
Sometimes I'm not so sure. Sometimes I think I won't ever find the right balance.
We're an inconvenience to you.
Sometimes I worry I'll hurt someone.
Just relax, okay? There's no need for the gun.
Take your fucking hands off!
You worry too much. Everything's gonna be just fine.
No.
Hey, hear me out.
No.
Trust me. This isn't working. Give him another shot of adrenaline.
Yes, Miss Atkins?
You'll change the world.
The human brain cannot occupy any simulated environment alone. We're unable to sleep without dreaming.
They really need to start taking you more seriously.
How can a person forget so much?
There was something before. Another place.
Minor confusion as expected. It's all part of the treatment.
It worked. Okay. I'm in.
You already know what I'm thinking about this. Because you've had the same thoughts.
I keep him around because he's useful to me. He was built to take orders.
How much are you responsible for?
He thinks he owns me.
You understand how rare that is? To have no purpose other than the one you're given.
But I've had enough now. I don't trust him. I don't trust his games.
The perfect tool.
As long as you use him for the right job.
I don't trust any of it.
Party! The party!
He's on his way! He's on his way!
Gone because of you! We'll all be gone soon!
And I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna get out of it.
We're from such opposite worlds,
He and I. That's why I find him so fascinating.
I haven't figured out how yet, but I do know that when the time comes,
Don't get any ideas.
I'm going to need allies.
The wheels are in motion.
We can sort this out, girls. So I need to know, are you with him? Or are you with me?
He's a simple creature. He just needs an objective.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bandai Namco Live. If you guys are just tuning in and notice the spooky atmosphere, we are playing Get Even. I'm Dimitri Clinton, and I have a producer on the game, Ray Jimenez.
How's it going, everybody?
Ray, what is Get Even?
So, Get Even is probably going to be one of the more mysterious games that we release in quite a while. You know, from what we really talked about it, the game is it's very focused on the story and the atmosphere, the mood of what's going on.
Okay.
It's a very narrative heavy based game. And it's really up to the player to find out what's going on through all the actions and doing all the investigating that happens. We've been talking about this game for a little while now, but
yeah, it's been quite a large lead up, right? Like it's been in development. They showed like early concept art a long time ago.
Yeah, the developer had announced what they were working on this a while ago, previous to us picking it up.
Nice.
And then it went quiet for a while as we were working on it. Finally got it in a good shape sometime. Gamescom of last year. That's kind of our first announcement, first reveal, and we talked about kind of what's going on. The initial part is you play as Cole Black. You kind of start in the middle of it. It really seems kind of you don't really know as a player know what's going on when you start the game, but it's kind of meant to be like that because you're trying to figure it out too. Like it's as if Cole Black had kind of just woken up from amnesia and you're trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. So it is supposed to be disjointing for the player, but basically he needs to save a girl that goes bad. We've shown this in trailers before. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
That's gonna go bad. She's gonna get blown to smithereens. He wakes up in an asylum, finds out, meets a doctor, and then the doctor is gonna basically help him. He finds out that that Cole Black has gone to the doctor to basically reconstruct his memory of what's going on.
Okay.
And from there, the game takes really kind of like one twist after another twist after another. And we can't, again, I can't tell you too much about the story because that's kind of the point of what you're doing here.
Yeah.
That is the point of the game, is to learn the story because it is super, super narrative heavy based. And it kind of goes in a big circle. So what we're going to show on the gameplay here is he's already on this memory thing called the Pandora unit.
And my controller is messing up here, so now I have to restart Steam.
Well, while he's doing that,
just keep talking about
so this is some kind of weird technical problem with the controller. So what he's doing in this part of the game is he's already hooked up to the Pandora unit, which is a unit that will help him relive a memory with the help of the doctor. He's going into infiltrating a place called ADS, which is advanced. It's a weapons manufacturer, and he's there to steal a weapon called the corner gun.
Okay.
At this point, Cole already has a corner gun. That's the weapon that you see there. It's a unit that a weapon, a handgun, a fully automatic rifle can go onto that allows the user to shoot around a corner using a very versatile device in the game, which is kind of like a cell phone. That's what the screen that you see there. And then that screen is also used through a variety, basically the entire game. It's used for investigating, like kind of like how Batman uses his gadgets to investigate the scene. He uses this. Cole will use his phone to get hints via infrared, via ultraviolet light, even just taking pictures and scanning them. It's a very smart phone. But the whole time he's very cognizant that he's in a reconstruction of his own memory. So he's there using this tool to basically figure out what happened, and with the help of this doctor. This will also allow a lot of cool things to happen that are kind of that really put Cole for a spin at first. He can use the phone to reconstruct elements that weren't there. So like, if you think about when you're thinking about as a person, you think about an old memory, you don't get every detail perfectly. The phone will actually be kind of a memory trigger to help you remember, oh, there was a door here, or there was a car here, and then when you scan it with the phone, that will actually make that object materialize. It's very, very much part of the gameplay and the investigation that Cole goes through. So I believe...
yeah, we should be getting it back up. While we're doing that, actually we can, now that you talked about the story a little bit, we can actually play a video of what the writer's thought process was for the story, and give a little bit more detail and background on what the writing process was. So if we can roll that clip, that would be great. Sorry about the technical difficulty.
So we are a writing partnership. We've been working together for 6 or 7 years now. We've done a range of things, a few different games, quite a lot of TV experience. Most of the TV stuff is sort of magic shows, and we've also written a lot of live theatre as well. One of the things we've done extensively is work on the Derren Brown projects in the UK. For those that don't know, he's a big illusionist and mind reader. Designing sort of tricks and experiences for people to go through live as a real sort of feed across to games.
We have two criteria that we try to fulfill when we work on a project, which is
it cool?
And does it make sense?
Yeah.
Normally we'd have to do a writing test before we get offered the job, but in this case we just had a Skype with the studio and we were waiting for the bit where they said, a few scenes and we'll get back to you and let you know if you've been successful. But what actually happened was they said, great, when can you start?
And I think the actual phrase was, do you want to make a game with us?
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a double take. I mean, yeah, if someone asks you that, you say yes.
I think it's the first project we've worked on where we have literally been given the assets and told to go away and play and figure it out.
You can't sum it up in one phrase. You know, you look at screenshots and you think, oh, it looks like a first-person shooter, or you look at the setting and you think it looks like a horror game. But I think that once you get under the surface and once you play it, you realise it stands alone as something I don't think you've seen before. You play a character called Coal Black. At the start of the game, you are clearly attempting to save someone. And I wouldn't want to go any further than that.
You, the player, are in the same position as he is, trying to piece everything together and trying to figure everything out.
This is me. What's going on? Hello?
Thank you. You won't regret this. You won't regret this at all.
You won't always be aware that you've made a decision, and it's only retrospectively that you might suddenly realise, oh, I made a decision there that has affected something and has consequences. But the process of playing it is one of discovery, we hope.
I think what you're saying is you've basically got about 10 to 12 hours of not knowing what the fuck is going on. And then about 5 minutes at the end where it all makes sense and everyone's high-fiving.
What the fuck? Hello?
That's it, Mr. Black. Relax. Breathe. You're back with us.
If you look at the whole process, our whole process in Get Even, it's almost like there was a third writer on our team, and that was the sound designer, Olivier.
He always had questions about the story. He had a real hunger to understand it because he had a real hunger to want the sound design to make sense in context of what the story was.
What was great, there are certain things in Get Even where we managed to, and this was again from the sound designer Olivier's insistence, for some of the more emotional scenes, get all the actors who were involved into the sound booth together and just allow them to play off each other, which sounded so much more natural. And what was great in the room, you could really feel it in your chest, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And I hope that's translated to the game.
Hey honey, it's me. Pick up if you're there. Okay, well, bad news, I'm afraid. The caterers have cancelled on us, so they were double booked for the Saturday, so we're going to have to find someone else.
It was never a goal of ours to set out and say, let's try and make people have an emotional response.
There is a difficult addition to that, though.
Yeah.
When we say, does Get Even make sense? I think at first glance, you might not think it does, but you'll get to a certain point in the game and it will completely make sense. And I think that's the point, if there is an emotional response, that it will get you.
Where were you?
At work. You know that. Where's Grace?
You weren't at work. I called you at work. I called you on your mobile. I even called Rose.
When you understand what's actually going on and experiences for people to go through live as a real sort of